Hello and welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be talking all about the most recently announced brand new theme park coming to the United Arab Emirates, which is going to be Disney's 7th theme park destination in their history, Disneyland Abu Dhabi. Now this whole brand new experience, this whole brand new destination was announced, I believe it was last week, and it was announced as like a sort of joint project between the Walt Disney Company and Miral, who will be operating the park. Now, Miral actually operates several attractions throughout the whole Middle Eastern region, including Ferrari World, SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, Warner Brothers World, and yeah, this whole park it's promised to be very ambitious. Whilst major details aren't fully known, we do know a few things about this whole brand new park, and we've also got some guesses as to how this could differ from every other Disney park on the planet. So let's start with what we do know so far. We know that it's going to be operated by an outside company. This case is being operated by Miral. Now this is not the first Disney park to be operated by an outside company. Tokyo Disneyland, when that opened in 1983, that actually was an agreement between Disney and the Oriental Land Company, who still operate the resort to this very day. And basically what that means is that they manage the whole operations of the park and all of its attractions and everything like that, and they construct the park, but with close guidance from Disney and Walt Disney Imagineers, who basically design the whole experience of it and actually physically own the site, the property and the whole resort. And that's going to be the same with Disneyland Abu Dhabi. Disney will work closely with Miral, with advice and guidance from Walt Disney Imagineers to help them build this park and operate it once it opens. We don't know when it's going to be opening, but assuming ground is broken before the end of this year, it's probably going to be around 2031 or 2. It's going to take quite a few years to build, and in terms of the actual park itself, how it's going to be different in terms of like infrastructure, there's been reports going around that this could actually be a whole indoor theme park, which would actually make sense, because in the whole region of the United Arab Emirates and the Middle East, it's a very extreme climate. It's literally got soaring temperatures of around 50 degrees, and also there's lots and lots of sand in the air. They have sandstorms, so they have extreme weather, extreme temperatures, and most of the theme parks and attractions in the whole region are actually built indoors, because that way they can have air conditioning and it prevents any sort of bad weather getting in, so it's basically there for improved ride operations and maintenance, and also guest comfort. So it would make sense for this whole brand new Disney park to be built as like an indoor park. The only thing that would suggest otherwise is the concept art. Now this is literally concept art from when it was first announced, and this concept art is easily going to change between now and when it opens, but it looks as though the concept art gives off the impression of as if it's going to be an outdoor park. Now, speaking of the concept art, it is actually a really vague piece of concept. We've only got 2 pieces of concept art. There was one of like a bird's eye view of the whole park itself, and there was a separate one for the castle of the park. Now let's start with the main thing that was shown off in both pieces of concept art, the castle. Now this castle actually looks really fascinating. It's completely different to any castle we've seen at any of the Disney parks. It's sort of like a sort of crystal, sort of like ice, like sort of structured castle, kind of like the castle out of Frozen, but like a different design. How this will look in person when it's actually built, it might just look like a sort of built like out of lots of like crystals and whatnot. It's going to look really cool, especially at night with that whole lighting package, because we all know how incredibly well Disney do their lighting packages for their nighttime experiences and attractions. But other than the castle, there's not really much to see from this whole concept art. There's a few like different shapes and patterns with different colours. There's like a structure in like the top right corner which sort of looks similar to Tron Light Cycle Run, so we could be getting a Tron clone in this new Abu Dhabi park. But other than that, it's quite really vague. It's mainly just a load of colours sort of mashed together to create sort of a rough idea of what the whole park is going to look like from above, but we can't really see any attractions. But if it is a whole indoor park, then obviously everything's going to be built indoors. And let's move on to the next point as well. They also stated that this whole brand new Disney park will be the most advanced and interactive theme park they've ever built. So what could that mean? Well, I'm thinking that their attractions are going to have a lot more interactivity built into them. So, for example, they could build different attractions which change based on decisions made by the guests. Or they could have not just attractions but also theming, and throughout the queue lines for each attraction could have interactive elements to them. Much like in the queue line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at Walt Disney World, where you have interactive elements of like all the crystals in the caves and whatnot. And yeah, it looks pretty impressive. And we could also have things like Test Track, for example. That whole attraction, before you actually get on the ride itself, you are given the whole experience of designing your own sports car for Chevrolet. And that's where the interactivity plays into it. Whether that will still be the same once it reopens later this year, I don't know. But in its previous version, you could. And yeah, because obviously technology is advancing all the time, so you know, who knows what kind of immersive storytelling elements we'll see introduced because of the new technologies being implemented into this whole brand new park. And also not just that, but also how many cloned or imported attractions could we get? Now, I've mentioned Tron, which could possibly be coming into this park, but could we be seeing more original attractions built for this park? Because it's looking to be a very different Disney park to what we've expected in the past. And we know that when they built the most recent park, Shanghai Disneyland, they changed quite a few things from previous versions of the Disney park sort of layout. They completely modernized Tomorrowland. They replaced Space Mountain with Tron. And overall, the whole park just had like a different sort of setup for it. They completely changed Main Street. Pirates of the Caribbean was made a much more immersive and thrilling attraction. So could we be seeing similar sort of design method with this brand new Abu Dhabi park? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But what do you guys think what this brand new Disneyland Abu Dhabi will look like? Are you excited for this new park? What attractions do you think could be returning, if any? And what brand new original attractions do you think we could see in this brand new park once it opens? Let me know in the comments below. But I want to thank you all very much for watching this video, and if you've enjoyed it, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you would like to see in the next video. Goodbye.